And there I was the girl from Suits.
This one's wife. Birthday nose job? Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Somatic narcissists are identifiable as a consequence of the various indicators of their narcissism, but also their preference for money, the utilization of sex, being hypersexualized in order to get to the prime aims, having expensive tastes, having a focus on their appearance, having a focus on the appearance of those that they bring into their fuel matrix, their desire to be seen at expensive and notable places, their interest in fashion, for example. There are a whole range of different indicators, and one of those indicators is the utilization on a repeated basis of cosmetic surgery. Now, just because somebody has cosmetic surgery, that does not make them a narcissist. But somebody who does have it, and have it repeatedly, those are narcissistic indicators. Nothing more, indicators. And one has to look at other material, as I regularly explain to you, to make a determination as to whether they are a narcissist. We've determined that in relation to this one's wife through a look at considerable amounts of evidence, and we know that she is a somatic narcissist because she's hypersexualized, she has a love of money, that she's focused on appearance, she wants to be seen in the best places, etc. So there are lots of boxes which are ticked with regard to her somaticism. And one of those is cosmetic surgery. We know that she has had enhancements in relation to Botox injections because individuals who have expertise in that area have commented as such. She's clearly had dental work done. She wears veneers. It is assumed. The shape of her nose has altered over the years. She's believed to wear hair extensions, if not a wig. And therefore there have been a number of cosmetic differences that she has utilised, alongside more common ones such as the use of makeup and bronzer. There are many reasons why people have cosmetic surgery. In some instances, it is because they have suffered some form of injury, whereby they need a skin graft, for example, where they've been burned for reasons of survival and practicality. In other instances, it's necessary because they've suffered some kind of injury which has affected their looks and they want that to be corrected. In some instances, there may not have been any injury, but the individual isn't happy with the size of their nose, the way their ears stick out, the size of their chin, the sagging under their eyelids, etc., and they want to make those adjustments. It is linked to the narcissistic trait of vanity, but it doesn't make you a narcissist. But when the somatic narcissist engages in such behaviour, and it is a hallmark of the somatic narcissist to have lots of cosmetic surgery, just look at Katie Price, see parts pass him about her, the somatic narcissist does so because they want to present an image of physical perfection. Their narcissism thrives upon them looking a particular way so that they are attractive to people. Because if they are physically attractive to people, that means those people are easier to control. They are more likely to provide the narcissist with fuel, character traits, and residual benefits. In short, the utilization of physical attraction is a means to getting to the prime aims. And therefore, the narcissist sees nothing wrong with engaging in repeated behaviors and procedures to achieve that particular look. Even in the case of this one's wife, where it has come as a cost of ironing out the black aspect of her physical appearance, whereby her hair and her nose and her skin colour have been altered as a consequence of the chameleon-like nature of this particular narcissist. This one's wife hadn't been seen for a number of weeks. Many of you will have delighted in that. But as predicted and as expected, she has then reappeared in the last few days. Unfortunately, we had to see her feet as she was flapping them on an As Ever advertisement. She's also appeared in the unveiling of Yet More Wine, more about that separately, and she made an appearance in one of her own posts in relation to her birthday. More about her birthday performance separately. But, as you can see from the thumbnail, there is a picture that she shared on her own Instagram account showing her blowing out the candles on a birthday cake at a birthday celebration with persons unknown at a restaurant in Los Angeles. This picture caused me to think her nose looks different. And could that be the reason why she hasn't been seen for the last few weeks? Because she's undergone another surgery and she's been recovering and therefore staying out of the public light. Well, let's have a look. For comparison purposes, two profile pictures, the one from the birthday and one which was taken not so long ago. And you can see immediately that there's a heavier use of makeup in the picture on the right. Looks like more bronzer has been used, as her freckles are barely visible, including the mole above her lip. But we're focusing here on the nose. Now, I am no expert in plastic or cosmetic surgery. I am simply looking at what I observe. Also with the fact that she has not been seen for a number of weeks. And to my mind, the tip is noticeably different. On the picture on the left, you can see that there is more of a bulbous is putting it too strongly. Her nose isn't bulbous at all, but the tip protrudes more. In terms of, if you follow the line of the nose, it's not a ski jump, but there is a difference in the angle. Whereas, when you look in the birthday picture, that tip has altered so that the line is much straighter with regard to the appearance of her nose, and it also looks like her nostrils aren't as lengthy as they once were, pointing to perhaps some reduction in the nose. It might be, of course, the expression that she's pulling has altered the nature of her nostrils, so we don't read too much into that. But it certainly seems to me that the angle of the tip is different in the two photographs, which would support the possibility that this somatic narcissist has once again gone under the knife. Naturally, she's perfectly entitled to do so. She has the money to undertake such a procedure. It's her nose. She can do with it what she likes. But it is demonstrative of the fact that if she has had a nose job, which could well be supported by the fact that we haven't seen her for a number of weeks because she's been recovering from the surgery, this is once again demonstrative of the somatic narcissism that exists. She wants to look better. Anybody who has cosmetic surgery invariably wants that, but it is important to emphasize that when it comes to this one's wife, her use of cosmetic surgery is related to her somatic narcissism, namely it's about getting to the prime aims. It's about ensuring that she looks attractive because then she can use that supposed physical attractiveness to get to the prime aims. What are your thoughts, valuable viewers? Do you agree with me that she looks like she's had some kind of procedure at the tip of her nose? Or do you think that it isn't any different and perhaps it's just the angle of the photograph and the lighting? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.